Greetings and felicitations.
Okay, here comes the first round.
Boom. And
Jeez, that was just
boom.
unnecessary.
You kidding me? He can't be out of range? What?
Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. You're all the Appian way here with some ultra fun's mythical Dardania Cerberus battles. I'm really proud of this angle. Look at this Cerberus with the Cerberus behind him. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, let's get into this. This is, yeah, I mentioned ultra fun's multiplayer battle. I'm playing against Total War Playboy, friend of the channel. Why am I doing ultra fun's? Because, well, let's face it, everything got more expensive. Not everything, but everything that you want to play with when in a brand new version of the game comes out is expensive. Cerberus 2,500, Griffin Patriarch 2,500, Marksman of Elysium 1,100 apiece, and the list goes on and on and on. Let's go over my opponent's army selection first. He's rocking a Sparta Griffin roster. So he's brought a pair of armored spearmen, a pair of heroic axe warriors, 2 Laconian swordsmen. He's got the good Cyclops right here. A pair of renowned slingers, as well as a Cordovantes. Are they both renowned slingers? Yes. His hero is a defender companion on chariot back, being escorted by reinforced chariots. And, of course, he's got the Griffin Patriarch front and center of the map. And way out over here, where I can't see them, Eramaspoi hunters escorting a light spear runner, and these guys are gonna be a big surprise for me a little bit later. My own roster, I went the full 20-man stack. I've got 3 Dardanian Rabbles on this side, 2 Dardanian Rabbles on that side. My mainline infantry is 4 heavy and Antilian swords, a Dardanian defender, and Aeneas on foot. Because I'm thinking, hey, you know, Sparta, nobody can face Aeneas. I've got a flanking contingent here set up of 2 renowned Dardanian sworn fighters and a pair of axe chargers with 2 XP chevrons each. This brings their morale up to at least passable. And then they've also got melee attack, melee defense. I just needed to spend the extra money. And really what I did was I built a 4,400 legal army with, you know, the 2 heavy Trojan chariots. And then with the remaining money left over, I paid for the 2 Marksmen of Elysium because I really love these guys as a ranged unit. 2 Marksmen of Elysium, and, of course, the good dog. Good boy. All 3 of him. Yes, the Cerberus. Alright, let's get into this battle, see how it goes. So my opponent is swinging out his Eramaspoi runners and light spear runners far to the wide right, because he sees that I'm pushing up a Dardanian rabble. He knows that I'm expecting to see some kind of impact from the, you know, light spear runners. But I'm also very interested in the Griffin Patriarch just kind of sitting here. The Marksmen of Elysium have fantastic range, great damage. If I could just get some free volleys at the Griffin Patriarch, I'd be very happy. He's keeping the core of his army together, which is pretty wise, and he's kind of pushed up here. He has a good choke. I don't think he wants to abandon it, but I don't necessarily want to dive right on into it either. But I'm going to make it seem like I'm playing his ball game by moving up my heavy infantry as if I'm going to engage him here. He's going to move up the Griffin Patriarch, and I'm going to, go ahead and start opening fire. He sees the volleys coming, so he's going to be a little bit, you know, cagey with his maneuvering. So I stop shooting, and then I see that he's holding still, so I open fire again, and that's when he starts moving again. So a bunch of missed shots from the get-go, but so long as he's being aware of this, I cannot shoot. Oh, come on, what do you mean low battery? Oh, for the love of Pete. I got it plugged in and everything right now. I just hope you guys can't hear the warning messages about my headset having low batteries. Anyway, some grouped up, lobbed up infantry here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a fire as a phlegathon from Cerberus right there. It ends pretty lacklusterly, I'd say, but more importantly, I'm getting some shots in from my Marksmen of Elysium right into this bunched up groups of soldiers. Now, Homer announcing that I've discovered hidden foes is very important because he's not going to repeat that message when the Eramaspoi hunters and the light spear runners come into view. So I'm going to get very surprised by them shortly. He's going to push up through this tree line where I sent my flanking force and my Cerberus, and I realize I do not want that to happen. All these units would just lose. The Cyclops is going to go ahead and throw a boulder, but I've already started falling back. I am not going to just stand here and take that battle. Not while my units are so divided, but I am going to let my Marksmen of Elysium just tear apart the flanks of these armored spearmen, Laconian swordsmen. The Griffin Patriarch's coming up here. I got Aeneas leading the way. I'm just having my guys trudge through the mud. He knows I've got these 3 Dardanian rabble out here, and he's being very cagey, very wise, staying outside of the range. And I still have no idea that those guys are coming. My chariots are out here getting ready to meet his reinforced chariot, because even with all of his army here and the 2 renowned slingers, I'm more than willing to charge in my heavy Trojan chariots if it means I can remove his 1 chariot advantage. There goes a boulder right into my heavy Anatolian swords. But look at this, Griffin Patriarch gets a little bit too close, and I just go ahead and I'm going to open fire on it, even if he's fighting my heavy infantry. I just got to get some more bodies in here. Going to throw Aeneas in on this as well, and I'm thinking, yes, yes. Let me just eat up this Griffin while he eats up my poor lads. And look at this. I still don't know about the Spear Runners or the Edermaspoi Hunters, and Homer is not going to announce it when they arrive because of the hidden unit I found here in the tree line. He's pushed up really far with these Renowned Slingers, and I'm like, yeah, know what? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, and this is my moment to charge because he's drawn his line here. Renowned Slingers are out of position. Reinforced Chariots are out of position. Griffin Patriarch did get out of this battle. Even though I can see them now, I don't actually know that these Light Spear Runners are here. I don't see them until, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. Yeah, it took a long time for me to realize those guys were there, because I'm too busy microing elsewhere. I'm much more interested in the chariot battle. We've got the Cerberus out here making noise, and it's almost around here that I finally see the Edermaspoi Hunters and the Light Spear Runners. The Griffin dives in on my infantry line, but that's okay by me, because it means I have more opportunities to shoot here. I'm trying desperately to get my Marksmen of Elysium out of here, but they're taking horrific casualties at the hands of these guys. We've got John Cena versus the Griffin here, being supported by Cordovantes.
Your warriors are losing heart.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that the heavy Anatolian swords can't really take too much of this. But Aeneas is doing okay. I mean, he's not winning, but he's not necessarily losing either. Griffin's going to go ahead and get out of there. I'm just using the Cerberus mostly right now as a support unit. I was trying to find ways to get him to summon some shades to block in these Renowned Slingers, but I didn't really get that chance, and especially with the Griffin Patriarch around in the area. But I've done my job against the Reinforced Chariots. Those are gone. I lost one of my Marksmen of Elysium. My other one is just barely getting away. I've gotten my other support infantry engaged here, charging in, trying to take on all of this. And right now, I'm very interested in what's going on with all these forces. Yes, the Renowned Slingers are falling back, but he's going to go ahead and dive in on top of my chariots with his Griffin, which, you know, I'm okay with this. So I'm going to go ahead and just bring in all of my horses and chariots, because I'm thinking, you know, as far as mass goes, they're pretty hefty, and this will give me time to get the Cerberus in here. Allow the Cerberus and the chariots. Yeah, I'm going to take heavy damage on my chariots, but the Cerberus, man, he's going to be just fine fighting this Griffin Patriarch. And look at that, the rear charge penalty right away. That Griffin Patriarch is doomed. Nothing left from him. Quick glance at the rest of the battle. You can see my infantry is doing just fine with the rest of theirs. And I think the Cyclops I just heard throw a boulder out there. But this is where the real show is. Look at all of those chariots just grouped in here. This is kind of comedic. And yeah, the Cerberus is just trying to nose his way in. And there it is. The Griffin's had enough. Falls over. Done deal. All of that's pretty well taken care of. I still haven't gotten to the Renowned Slingers yet. I'm a little bothered by this, but as you can see here, this one group of Marksmen of Elysium, I wasn't quite able to get rid of them. I used Disarming Beauty from Aphrodite to just freeze this heroic axe warrior in place and give my my flanking units even more opportunities out here. This Cyclops is doing fantastic out here. He's already routed my my axe chargers. My Renowned Dardanian Sworn Fighters are doing just fine, but boy, am I happy with what's happening right here. They're not getting their missile block chance from their shields because the angle is just beyond that point. I'd say might actually be in there, but they're taking the damage, they're taking the casualties. I don't have that many bows firing anymore, but they're definitely getting their impact felt. I'm just kind of blobbing up on top of everything else here, especially that hero. I'd love to get a hold of him. I've just charged in my Cerberus in here. I drop in a Wretched Shade to prevent the escape of these Renowned Slingers. You can hear the voice of Hades crying out as the Wretched Shades are pulled from Thanatos, and the Cerberus is now in here just ripping apart some Renowned Slingers, exactly where I need him to be. Edermaspoi Hunters have regrouped. They're going to recharge into this blob. I'm still getting some shots at the Marksmen of Elysium, and I'm about to activate these this Dardanian rabble to join in with my 2 axe chargers so that I have a a nice little mass of hit points to throw into this. But as you can see, this is really starting to get into my favor. I've gotten some free ground here. I've gotten this chariot down in here. It's been heavily damaged because I had to charge into these heavy infantry. There's not much else for my heavy chariots to do, so might as well have them attack some of the heavy infantry units. I'm going to go ahead and try and use this one to shoot the gap between the trees and this armored spearman as I charge in axe chargers in here. I lower the morale of everybody in this vicinity with that, what is that called? The howl of the underworld that breaks the renowned slingers. The Cordovanti's still holding on, but ooh, they're not looking so hot. They're really hurting. So is this renowned slinger. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave the Cerberus out there to take care of that. I get a rear charge into these armored spearmen with my heavy Trojan chariots, but I'm gonna go ahead and pull them out of there. He activates healing light of Apollo. Try and support his infantry as best he can. Try and support his Cyclops. Cyclops is taking a ton of damage, but the Cyclops is fighting exactly what he wants to fight, which is Dardanian rabble. He's gonna do fantastic work against all of these units. My Marksmen of Elysium out of ammo. I'm gonna have to find opportunities for them to, you know, repair their health. Look at this. He gets his renowned slingers to start shooting at my heavy Trojan chariot. You know, I'm like, I'm through with these slingers. I really am. I'm just charging into the tree line at this point, while my Cerberus is gonna go ahead and kill the rest of the lion boys. Oh wow, what an attack that was! Holy cow! And yeah, that shattered the Cordovantes. He's chewing up on some of the renowned slingers. Yeah, that Cerberus, let me tell you. He's got plenty of heavy armored spearmen here, and I've got some really weakened heavy Anatolian swords. I'm going to go ahead and let him charge both of these, and I'm going to try and flank around at the axe chargers. Cyclops still in this fight with 192 kills and counting. There you go, there's another batch. He's at 196 now. My renowned Dardanian sworn fighters, they finally had enough. 47 kills, good day in the office for them. But my poor rabble, they can't. They're holding all of this by themselves. Aeneas is out here alone. I kind of realize this is dire straits for Aeneas. I've got to get him out of here, especially with all of my heavy infantry now routing. This is not good news. I do have the rest of my Dardanian rabble up here. This heavy armored spearman just instantly routs one of my heavy Anatolian swords, and I'm just trying to throw some bodies in on top of this. There is good news, and that good news is I still have the Cerberus. So I was just making sure that these guys are gone. Gone. Oh, nice little snack there. Good old Scooby snack for Cerberus. I'm going to get my chariots charging back into this. Found the Laconian swordsman pinned up against my Marksmen of Elysium. The Marksmen themselves about to die, but not before I take advantage of them standing here and run on over all of those Laconian swords. I see the heavy infantry coming. Time to just get my chariots out of there. Yes, through the mud, no less. Not ideal. But I'm working hard here. I've really got to get Aeneas out of this battle. As you can see, I've got so many haggard and beat up units. The Cyclops was felled by Dardanian rabble. That was the thing that happened. Because there was nobody else left in this fight. Now my rabble is trying their darndest to just slow down this Defender Companion. Activate the Aristea on my hero. Try and get him out of there. He activates another healing light of Apollo. And I'm just desperate to get Aeneas out of this. He's really hurt. He wouldn't even be able to handle the Defender Companion if I got him off the chariot. I just got to get Aeneas to just pull his way through all these rabble, let him heal up, and activate that terrible yell. I noticed that Aeneas' morale is just fine with the Aristea. Might as well activate the Howl of the Underworld. Yes, it does affect my own units, but look at how low the morale is on all of his stuff now. Heroic Axe Warriors running, Armored Spearmen running. Really all that's left is that hero and this one little Heroic Axe Warrior that is also about to lose. My Wretched Shade's finally gone, but so is all of his stuff. There goes the chain route. The battle is over. And look at that happy Cerberus in a field of so many undead. Woo! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Alright. Let's just take a look at some of the end battle statistics here. I do like Ultra Funds for mythological mode because the best mythological units are very expensive. And it's hard to justify paying for them. For the same logic that it's hard to justify to pay for somebody like Aeneas or Achilles. But let's just go down the line here. 1100 value out of Aeneas did not pay for himself. Lessons learned, but hey, that's just what happens. All of my rabbles, of course, paid for themselves. Well, maybe not these two. The one with 9 kills and 4 kills, I guess not. Axe Chargers didn't really do so hot either. And then my heavy Anatolian swords, again, also underperforming. So, who did the work? Let's find out. The renowned Dardanian Sworn Fighters, one of them did okay, the other one not so much. My Dardanian Defenders here, though, with 1260, just paying for themselves. My 2 Heavy Chariots, they did manage to pay for themselves. That's good news. But it's my Marksmen of Elysium. One of them didn't pay, the other one did. And then my Cerberus here with 1696 absolutely did not pay for itself. So hold on. Wait a minute. How does Dardania win, then? Dardania wins by sheer number of bodies. That's how Dardania wins. None of my units really paid for themselves, but I was ultimately able to end Sparta's units here, break their morale, really remove them from the game. Let's take a look at Total War Playboy's roster here. 923. Who else did really well? Look at this. 1803 for a light spear runner. Very good numbers. And let's see here. I'd be surprised if anybody did better than 1803. And yeah, sure enough, I think the MVP of this battle is going to go to the light spear runners. Wow, intense, very intense. Well, in case I'm mistaken, I don't think there's any way anybody did better. Yeah, I'll check it out after the video. But yeah, there's our MVP, the light spear runners. If you want to support the channel, please like, subscribe, that stuff. Also, I have a link to my Ko-Fi and my end card if you really want to support the channel. That's up to you. Your own prerogative. Ta-ta. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video.